My first YouTube video. Son of a bitch. We're here. Oh my god. I've decided that I wanted my first YouTube video to be about The Secret and my story. About 5 years ago, I was at a really low point and I couldn't understand why. For some reason, it just didn't feel like I was living this life that I had wanted. I decided to speak to my grandpa because I confide in him and he's pretty much been my father figure my whole life. As I sat there crying, he decided to walk away and come back with a book. He said, "I think this will help you." I thought, well, if my grandpa's gonna give me a book to read, I might as well read it. I read every single line that was inside this book. I realized maybe I should give it a chance. Maybe I should try this whole secret thing out. What the heck is the law of attraction anyways? As I'm reading the book, I decide, okay, well, what do I want to do? I want to change my entire life. I want to sell my car and I only want to bike to work. But in order to do that, I have to get a job downtown and I have to get a place downtown. I decided that I wanted to apply for this job on Craigslist as a paralegal. I had told myself, okay, well, I'm going to use The Secret and the law of attraction to get this job. They are going to come to me and email me and say, hey, congratulations, you got the position. So I sat there and I thought about it and I talked about it and I visualized it. I visualized going into the office. I visualized seeing the people who interviewed me. I visualized being on their computer and working through everything. I had fully believed and trusted. I sold my car, and conveniently, someone who was moving into the house that I was living at needed a car for the exact same price that I was wanting to sell my car for. The next step was to find the perfect place. I was leaving one job and entering another job, and I applied for affordable housing because my paychecks were right on point. I was only able to apply because the person before me had backed out, and I had all the materials ready to give to them to prove to them that I could afford this type of housing. It was a brand new apartment in downtown Austin, and I was super excited because it was a 1-bedroom and it was such a good price. It was literally like $800 for a $1,600 brand new apartment, and I was stoked. So everything went through, everything worked out well because I knew deep down that I really wanted this apartment. I visualized being in that apartment. I visualized cooking in that apartment. I visualized bringing friends over. Deep down, I thought, okay, let me go a step further and see if The Secret really works. Let me see if it actually really works down to the detail, because according to the law of attraction, it does. I wanted a downtown view. Selfishly, I wanted to see the skyline and wake up and say, oh, I live in Austin. What a beautiful place to live in. Originally, they had given me a second floor apartment, and I was okay with it because I was completely happy to even just have that space, to enter into a new space, to create and be another version of myself that I had wanted to be, that I had felt like going into, finally figuring it out on my own. That second floor bedroom didn't have a downtown view, and that's okay because I realized that it didn't matter, it really was working. A week goes by and I get an updated lease, and it says that I'm on the 3rd floor. And I think, well, that's weird. I know that the lease beforehand said 2nd floor. So I called and I said, I'm on the 3rd floor. Is that all right? What's the difference? Why did I get moved? And they had said, I'm not sure. We always had you down for the 3rd floor. And I said, what's the view? And they said, you can see the skyline. And I said, oh my Lord, are you serious? I can see the skyline from my apartment? That was another level of manifestation and law of attraction that I had completely blown my mind. I got down to the detail of getting that skyline view, getting that apartment that I wanted, selling my car, but the last step was getting that job. Now, I was telling people that I was about to work for an attorney's office as a paralegal downtown. I was going to ride my bike to my nice little apartment and ride my bike down to the little downtown and then work on a little computer. Well, I still hadn't gotten an email. I sent in an email and I said, hey, just checking in, want to say hi. Thanks again for the opportunity. A couple days go by, I get an email saying, we regret to inform you, but we decided to go with another candidate. I was pissed. Why? Because I thought, well, fuck this. The Secret does not work. The law of attraction does not work. I felt it in my bones that I was going to get this position, but beknownst to me, is that a word? Betwixt. I was like, this doesn't work. Forgetting that I got the apartment I wanted and I sold my car and that was all perfect and everything was seamless and it all went by so quickly. Really kind of forgetting that those other things happened and just focused on this one thing, because if I didn't have a job, how the heck was I going to pay for everything? I'm there sulking, I'm sad. A couple of days have passed and I think, Well, Secret doesn't work. The law of attraction doesn't work. I get a random email from the office stating that the person they originally were going to hire had a family emergency and they were no longer going to accept the position, so it was going to be offered to me. I could not believe that I broke my faith, that I thought, this isn't working, when in reality, I should have trusted the process and trusted everything and known that no matter what, if I felt it in my bones, it was for me. Now, the great thing is I have the email to prove it. Not everyone has an example or an email or anything that shows this actually happened. So you could probably think, oh, it's just a bunch of blah, 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 blah. But reality, check it. Got that job because I had brought it into my life and everything was working out perfectly. I got the job that I wanted, the apartment with the downtown view, and I sold my car to ride my bike. It was the first time I had realized that I was able to do anything and I was able to attract anything through The Secret and the law of attraction. So if you want to tap into this vibration, I highly recommend you purchasing The Secret and reading it completely. It's going to change your life.